Hey everyone, I wanted to try something completely different for this podcast, and that is to give you guys a challenge. And the challenge is, the weather in New England has been rather hot, so it's can be difficult to get outside and get certain things done, especially if you have anything that you need to wait patiently for, like trying to get a bird. That can be a little difficult, but to up your game, let's play a game. And what we're going to do is make the mundane exciting. Right? So the whole thing about photography is storytelling, right? So take a mundane object, let's say a book, and don't just take a picture of the book, but stage the scene. Maybe put the book over to the side, use something to hold the book open, perhaps, and put a steaming cup of something next to it, like a cup of tea. Take a picture of that. Or the book with a bookmark in it and the tea there. Both of them lead you to wonder, is the person still there? Did something happen that they had to dash off and so they left their tea? Or did they just go get something from the kitchen that they want to have with their tea that they didn't want to bring in with the tea because they just wanted to carry the tea by itself? What mundane things can you find around your home that you can stage in such a manner to tell a story? It doesn't have to be a story you came up with. You can use ChatGPT to come up with a story if you want, or go with your favorite book that you've read. Find something around your house that's just plain, that everybody has in their house, like a flashlight. And hey, you got a flashlight, turn it on, spin it on the floor, take a picture of it so that it blurs in the photograph so that you know that it's moving, and you have a mystery. Why is that flashlight spinning on the floor and being on? Was the person grabbed? Did something happen to them? Did they just, it slipped out of their hand? What could possibly have happened? 90% of a good event photograph is capturing a story. You're not going to be able to capture every little bit of that story in a photograph. These aren't videos, which means it requires us to take more time and be more careful about what it is that we're actually looking at so that we can capture it. And that gets me back to this thing I've always told you guys, is to go out and pre-examine where you're going to be and the experience that you're going to have. The more you know about it, the more you can anticipate what it is that you're going to see. The Fort had an event recently where they were Benedict Arnold was giving back his commission. He was resigning his commission because he was not going to be allowed to lead the garrison at Fort Ticonderoga any longer. He wasn't even going to be second, although he originally said he was okay with that. He wasn't. And he resigned his commission. Now, they did a reenactment of that, and you could see the sternness of the people who were there, the displeasure in their faces as they looked at Arnold as he did this. And that is what needed to be captured. That tableau needed to be captured, but you had to know what was going to happen in this case to know it. Full credit to everybody out there who does news photography, who happens to come upon an event, has no idea what's going on, and just has to wing it and take as many pictures as they can to try to capture it, especially those that had to use film because you were very limited in what you could take. So you had to time things just right and just get the pictures that you needed, and that meant thinking a lot on your feet to make sure that what you had in front of you was the picture that you needed. You could always change film, but in an ongoing situation, changing film means there's time that you can't take pictures, regardless of how quick you are. And some of those old film cameras weren't that quick. You know, once you took the entire roll of photographs, be it a 24 or 36 exposure roll, that entire roll of film had to go back in the can before you could take it out and pop the new one in. So when you click that 36th photograph, you couldn't open the camera and throw another roll of film in there. Unlike today with a digital camera, where if you fill up that card, and kudos to you if you filled up an entire card in a camera, you could just pop that card out, pop another card in, and go. You're not losing that much time. And digital cameras allow you to take many more pictures, etc. So it makes it a lot easier today than they had it back when they were doing documentary photography, especially back when it was all film. So look around your house. Get in the mindset of what story could be told by just a couple of objects sitting in space. What could you take a picture of that would lead the viewer to wonder what was going on, to engage the viewer in the scene? That's your goal. Take a photograph. The more mundane the object, the better. And just go through and see what it is that you can tell and see what that elicits in other people. It'll increase your ability to spot things. It'll increase your storytelling ability. And it will give you a project to then share with other people and see how you did. Let them tell you how your reaction, by their reaction to your photograph and what they think about the story that you put in there. That's what I got for you guys this week. I will talk to you all next week.